Are you ready for the Cajun Cannon? Not that one. Actually, it's a restaurant near New Orleans, Louisiana. It's also the name of a football player and a giant burger served at that same restaurant.
Attention please! We have two gentlemen that are going to attempt our Cannon Challenge. They have to eat 7 7-ounce patties, all filled with cheese, bacon, lettuce, tomato, 3 jumbo shrimp, and an order of our Cajun fries. And they only have 30 minutes to finish it, and they cannot get up on the table. They have to eat it all in one sitting. So
3, 2, 1. With 7 beef patties, 7 slices of cheese, shrimp, Cajun sauce, and all the fixings. It's definitely worth your time if you're into burger challenges. With no fanfare, no BS, and no stalling, let's get down to business. Magic Mitch and I were still at it, nearing the conclusion of our challenge excursion into Louisiana. It was day 7, and we were back to attempting side-by-side challenges. We were back to burgers, which seemed to be one theme of the whole trip, especially the Louisiana leg. This was the 3rd burger challenge Mitch had lined up for us, and it was not your typical burger challenge. I can't say that I've often had shrimp or Cajun sauce on my hamburger patties. The sauce was savory, thick, and it contained a lot of spice and texture that hit harder in some places than in others. Guess you could say it's Cajun cooking. On a single or double burger, it probably would have really hit the spot for originality and flair. But across 7 patties, 7 third-pound patties, it tests your endurance. This was a 30-minute challenge, and alongside the burger, we also needed to completely eat a large order of Cajun fries. So essentially, we're talking about seasoned French fries doused in more of that spicy, savory Cajun sauce. I really enjoyed it, to be honest. It had a great flavor, and it just made it really moist. Mitch wondered if it might be too savory. I don't know if that's possible. That thought never struck my mind, because it felt like a welcome change after that huge bowl of ice cream in New Orleans the day before. Make sure to check out Mitch's video linked below for another sight of these shenanigans. And no, your eyes aren't fooling you. Mitch really is getting up from the table, and that's generally not allowed at food challenges, but he got special permission from the management because he had packed a large eating fork for the trip, and he wanted to get it on the table. I admire his flair for the dramatic. There was no giant fork hiding in my bag, so I was chomping away, and I needed to resort to the ordinary-sized silverware that the restaurant provided. Staff at the Cajun Cannon were simply awesome. I have no idea who Bobby Hebert was before we walked in there, but I'm glad his restaurant came up with such a tasty challenge. I had to look him up later. It was a delicious send-off on the second to last day of our journey. Mitch and I were aiming towards a photo finish, and I got the drop on Mitch at long last. By a few bites maybe and a swallow, but that's good enough for me. Close enough counts in competitive eating just as it does in horseshoes and hand grenades. Speaking of hand grenades, boom goes the dynamite for a double finish right above the 15-minute mark. Stay tuned for one final video in this series before we return home. Until next time, until we do it again, stay in school, don't do drugs, and eat like a freak.